We are the Sirian High Council, and we greet you in the love lights of the One Supreme Creator. For creation is within each of you, and each of you are the creator of your own destiny. Each of your actions has an impact on the future of the cosmos and the universe. Today, this instrument desires to understand what your kind has called Nibiru or planetX. Your so-called astronomers had discovered a new planet in the outer reaches of the solar system around 18 years ago in your time-space. This planet was named as UB313 in the year 2003 by your kind. However, let us clearly tell you that this planet was not exactly a natural planet like your Earth. It is an artificially created planet that is able to self-propel in the cosmos. Many of your ancient teachings that arise from the so-called Sumerians who used to live in the lands known as Babylon and Mayans in Mexico were aware of the existence of this planet X. These ancient people were met by many intergalactic species who told them about many new technologies. And this is how they got the idea about the so-called 10th planet of your solar system. This so-called Planet X was originally artificially created by the so-called Anunnaki species that many of your kind knows about, and its main purpose was to observe your solar system. These Anunnaki species were a later fourth density species that resided in the said planet Nibiru. Let us explain to you that the word Nibiru forms the three syllables that are listed in your Unicode as hexadecimal font codes. NI means 1224C, BI means 12204C, and RU means 12292. To fully understand what happened in Nibiru, you need to understand our interpretation of the word that you use called Anunnaki, which refers to those from Anu who came to your planet. Therefore, an alternate way of spelling it would be ANNUNA.KI, which specifies a different set of uniform hexadecimal codes that are allocated to the previous Nibiru spelling. Nibiru was located beyond Pluto in your solar system, which moves in a 3,600-year retrograde elliptical orbit around the Sun. The Anunnakis who reside on Nibiru are more of an advanced civilization compared to your kind. Some of the Anunnakis came to explore Earth during the times of Sumeria. The planet Nibiru, being far away from your Sun, does not receive significant solar radiation sufficient to keep the surface temperature habitable. As is the case for your planet that is at an optimal distance from the Sun. The atmosphere of Nibiru was generated artificially using gases, and this planet released steam due to the geothermal heating. Consider the periodic exposure of an outer planet that normally receives very low levels of direct solar radiation in its outer orbit, but intense exposure during the close perigee when the atmosphere would receive a larger radiation dose. The Anunnaki also have both negative and positive oriented entities just like your kind has. A war between the negative and the positive groups occurred during this period, leading to separation of factions of a few positively oriented Anunnaki entities. These positively oriented Anunnaki entities traveled all the way to your planet in order to gather more support and create a new base for their kind to live on planet Earth. These so-called Anunnaki first arrived on your lands and resided with the Sumerians, the Akkadians, the Assyrians, and the Babylonians at around 2130 BC of your time-space. They began to be worshipped by these groups of people on your planet. 1 year on Nibiru is equivalent to 3600 Earth years. The Anunnaki built many cities in Sumeria. These cities were designed to provide specific functions relating to the mining operation and subsequent ore processing, as well as the infrastructure needed to remain in communications with Nibiru. The Anunnaki started realizing that their bodies were aging much faster on Earth compared to that on Nibiru. The Anunnaki were responsible for activating your so-called pineal gland in your physical vehicle. Various rituals were performed by the Anunnaki that were targeted to activate your pineal glands. The positively oriented Anunnaki beings made several changes to the people of your planet and made some genetic changes in your physical vehicle as well. The negative forces who resided on Nibiru wanted to visit Earth so that they could destroy their positively oriented Anunnaki enemies, who as per their sources had supposedly traveled to Earth. This is why many beings of your kind, and especially the ones of Sumeria, knew of the coming of Nibiru on 2012. However, this event was stopped by the Confederation of Planets, also known by your kind as the Galactic Federation, of which we are also a part. Because this event, if it would have occurred, would have caused massive destruction of planet Earth, and all the entities living on planet Earth would have to be teleported to a different location in the cosmos. This, however, not being allowed by the Confederation, was prevented. The negative Anunnaki on Nibiru created a planet that was able to move throughout the cosmos wherever they want. This was the planetX. These entities that resided on Nibiru found out that the positive Anunnaki had established a new base on Earth, and they wanted to travel to Earth and destroy it, thereby eliminating their enemy. The planet was spotted by your so-called scientists on the start of the year 2000s. However, many would see it once and then it would disappear from being tracked. This was because they were using this artificial holographic space hologram that would make the planet completely invisible from being tracked by any other outside planetary sources. However, the Confederation of Planets intervened and created a vortex hologram of your solar system, thereby transporting these negative-oriented artificial warship that your kind knows as Planet X to the other parts of the cosmos, hence preventing this collision path that would have occurred if this had not been done. This prevented mass destruction of your planet in the year 2012, thereby preserving free will and any outside influence on your planet. If we were you at this time-space, we would honor the feelings, honor the information, and remain open. If you are open at these times, you will receive the correct guidance and will not be misled. There should be no fear within your heart. Just prepare yourself, and in your preparation, all things will happen in accordance with the process for ascending your kind into the next density fully. We do not desire to create more confusion in your lives at this moment, for confusion is what your kind has been hinged around for the largest amount of time-space since so long. The preparation and the energetic shifts that we are doing with you is something that will not fade away or wear off at this critical time. It will survive with you, for the time of ascension is now for your kind into the next density of consciousness. And regardless of how long a time it is after this particular set of classes ends and the ascension occurs, the work that you do here will be fully in effect. Liberate yourself from concern and simply be open. See what presents before you. This is all we have to tell you at this moment. We leave you now in the love lights of the One Supreme Creator. Bye.